Okay, we're due for a GoziBit. So I decided to do something called GoziBits. And what GoziBits is, because I'm a software engineer, I want to spend time in every stream teaching folks about software. Because folks may not know. Some people do know, but some people don't. So there'll be small lessons. Last time I talked about memory leaks. This time, let's talk about variables. So in computer science, we have a term called variable. And what a variable is, it's effectively like a placeholder. Basically, we put information in a variable that we want to access later. We like save it in memory. Oop. And variables are that's all they are. It's just information. So it can be a number, it can be a letter, a character, it could be a whole string, a whole sentence, like a word. It can be a lot of things. It can literally be any bit of information, right? And then I'm becoming caustic. What? Yeah, knocked 2 of them. Last one has a blue shield. Where is he? It's just one. It's just one blue shield. Love him. Got the res? Am I still not the fucking kill leader? Am I still not the kill leader? Okay, anyway, what the fuck was I saying? Variable, so it's just it's like any piece of information. So let's talk about types. So a variable, like pretty much in computer science, how you would initialize, we call initialize a variable. You would say this variable, which I'm gonna call foo, is equal to this data, which is I'm gonna say 2. So foo is equal to 2. And that is variable notation, right? Do I need that? Yeah, I do. Okay. So that leads us into what are the types of information that we can store? Well, we have a lot of types, depending on the programming language, but generally there's a set of types that are kind of universal for all programming languages. The smallest type we have is a character, or char, C-H-A-R. That character is of size 2 bytes. It takes 2 bytes of information to make up one character. The second largest character we have is called an integer. An integer is made up of 4 bytes. When I talk about bytes, I realize now that I probably should have explained what bytes are. We'll go into detail in another session on what bits and bytes are. I really should have started with that, but I didn't. But bytes are effectively 8 bits. And a bit is the smallest unit of memory, of smallest unit of data that can possibly exist. It is a 0 and a 1. Those are the 2 possible values of a bit. Those are bits. And a byte is 8 of those. 8 bits can make 256 different numbers. Those are the possible numbers that can come from a byte. 2 bytes, which is 16 bits, can make 2 to the 16th possible numbers, which is about 65,000, a little more than 65,000. 4 bytes, which is 32 bits, can make 2 to the 32 different numbers or different values, and that's about just over, it's over 2 billion. It's 2 billion some number, and it keeps going up. So basically, every time you add a new bit to the number or to the data, it will go up by a power of a square. So it'll square itself. So an integer is 4 bytes. So that means if you're working with integers, the highest integer you can possibly put out is gonna be 2 billion and something. It's over 2 billion, but you can't do, say, 3 billion. You can't do that. And we haven't even gotten into signed integers. So we're gonna take the negatives out of it, like negative and positive. Don't even think about that. We're just thinking in positives right now. And in positive integers, the highest you can go is over 2 billion. Under 3 billion, it's between 2 and 3 billion. I think that's a good stopping place. I think that's a good stopping place. Yeah. We'll revisit this because I explained that kind of poorly, but basically you guys know what a variable is. You know what a character is, a char, in terms of computer science, and you know what an integer is. And an integer is a number, a character is a letter. Does he see something? Why is he fucking aiming? Stop, you're spooking me, dude. You're spooking me. That is my 2nd episode of GoziBits, and I will try to explain things better in my 3rd episode of GoziBits. Thank you for tuning in.